Silence by Edgar Allan Poe. Critical analysis by Matthew Folkerts. There are some qualities, some incorporate things that have a double life, which thus is made a type of that twin entity which springs from matter and light, evinced in solid and shade. There is a twofold silence, sea and shore, body and soul. One dwells in lonely places, newly with grass o'ergrown some solemn graces. Some human memories and tearful lore render him terrorless, his name's no more. He is the corporate silence, dread him not. No power hath he of evil in himself, but should some urgent fate, untimely lot, bring thee to meet his shadow, nameless elf that haunteth the lone regions where hath trod no foot of man, commend thyself to God. For Edgar Allan Poe, death is a prominent theme throughout his life. The ones Poe had loved the most had died from tuberculosis, like his mother and his wife. The title Silence is what Poe is referring to when he mentions the double life. This double life means death as well as what Poe calls body and soul. Poe uses multiple counts of duality to express the different sense between the body and soul. Poe says one dwells in lonely places newly with grass o'ergrown, which represents someone buried under a gravestone. Poe references these scary thoughts about death, and then a man named No More approaches. He is known as a corporate silence, which can be interpreted as an analogy for death. But Poe tells us not to be afraid, to dread him not, because he does not hold any evil. But if death does come to take you, Poe tells us to entrust yourself to God. Poe's theme within the sonnet is to show how death is a natural process, and death should not be something to mourn, it should be something to peacefully accept. Poe tells us to let nature run its course, but to make sure that the soul does not die. Religiously, that would result in hell as a punishment. The death of a soul is a dark shadow that haunts in lonely areas. Another theme in the poem is Poe's thought of duality, where Poe uses terms such as matter and light and solid and shade, or grass and graces and memories and lore. These things explain the physical and spiritual aspects of a person, or as different thoughts in the conscious mind. Poe shows a relation between silence to understand and the silence of death. In order to fully understand the soul, the body must be silenced in death.